Hello. Hold on. These things are really fat. Okay. All right. Hold on. Ah, happy birthday to me. Ah, oh my god. Okay, well, I don't know what I'm going to do with these when I leave. You know what? This one's better. This one's better. Ugh. Here we go. That's better. I can't keep it down here. So, but just so you know, I had this. Hello, welcome. There's not really anyone on right now, but I'm going to just keep pretending like there is until someone comes on. And yeah, it kind of sucks that my birthday is on a Tuesday, but that's just how it is. Unfortunately, my birthday is on a Tuesday. Hopefully, I think next year will probably be a Wednesday, but yeah, I tried to do it at 5. I was going to do it at 12 p.m. because that's kind of like how I usually like to do lives. But because it's a work day, I don't really know if my audience, I don't know what y'all do in the middle of the day. But yeah, I wanted to do it at 5 so you could have some time to try and hop on if you can. Say hi. But I'm not going to just talk to myself. So I'm going to put this TV on the lo-fi girl while I'm sitting here. Lo-fi. Lo-fi girl. Oh, Halloween one. Absolutely. Okay. Yes, it is my birthday. I'm 25 years old. My aunt and cousin stopped by yesterday with a little cake. So I'm just going to eat a little bit while I'm on the live. And just kind of wait for someone to get on because I'm not going to talk to myself. But it's a little low. Hello to people coming in. Please, if you are here, please say hi in the comments. I am 25 years old today. So, yeah, let me know that you're here. And I'm just sitting here eating my birthday cake. And just chilling. I definitely have things I need to say, but I'm going to wait till more people hop on. But definitely say hi. Hold on. I actually took the day off. I was actually thinking about going to work today. That's the sad part. But my boss had to remind me that vacation days exist. But when you need money so bad, sometimes you just forget. Hold on. Actually, the quality looks really good. You know what? I was paying too much. I was paying too much money to StreamYard. Quality is fine. Can't believe I was paying 25 whole extra dollars and I do not have money at all for that. But oops. No. Hello, hello, hello. If you are here, please drop a comment. Let me know that you're here. Say hi, happy birthday. I accept it all. Thank you very much. I'm 25 years old. It is a milestone in my life. I could not wait to be this age. A lot of people, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I am so happy to be in this new era of my life. And I cannot wait to see the things that I do with myself and my endeavors. I do have some announcements to make, but I'm going to wait for more people to show up. But in the meantime, you can keep talking to me. I'm just sitting here doing nothing. I just wanted to hop on and connect with my viewers for a little bit and also talk about some stuff regarding the future of my channel. And I'm hot, so let me put on the fan for a second. Sorry if you can hear that. But yeah. But yes. I hope. Oh, a few. Oh, absolutely. Like I said, I have just been at home doing nothing, and that is kind of rare because I have, um, well, I do work, and then I come home and I just do not rest. I will either work on my jewelry business, or I will film a gaming video to put on my gaming channel, and then I'll have to post for the Mel the Scientist channel. And I just do, I never give any time to myself, actually. So I think just kind of doing nothing, just chilling is pretty much the best gift I can give myself right now. Um, so I'm just trying to make use of it because I do go to work tomorrow, but I did take a vacation day today and it was well needed because I'm tired. Yeah, I don't usually just sit back and relax when I come home. I'm always doing something or just trying to work to get something monetized and or start making money off my jewelry business. And well, not start making money, but um uh I rebranded my business and now I'm working hard to get it back to where it is, where it should be. So yeah, and I'll talk about all that. But if you are feeling generous, my Cash App is below. I usually see a lot of people do this, and I was like, I should start doing that too, because Lord knows I could use some change. um, but yeah, my Cash App is below. It's $ Mellis JB, capital MLELLAS, capital J, capital B, and it is my account for my small business. I didn't have a personal one. I just kind of had one for my business because I didn't want to have two. But pretty much the money I receive is going to go to opening up my business account because I did get my LLC this summer and I want to be able to open up a business account. And I've been taking a business course. Um, so when my business does start to get repeat customers and really bring that money in, I'm going to need to have a place to have it all and stuff like that because I'm so sick and tired of paying out of pocket. You have no idea. So yeah, if you are feeling generous and want to give me some birthday money, I will happily take it. So yeah, so my Cash App is down below. And also if you'd like to support my small business, the link is in my description along with some other stuff I'm going to mention. And also scrolling along there is mellostorybox.com. And I pretty much make, well, it took me, like I said, I rebranded this year. And my jewelry kind of used to didn't really have a theme or anything. I just kind of like made what I wanted. And my business course kind of showed me some things that I needed to change a little bit. And I was actually I was on this black business site and I was actually making a lot, not a lot of money, but I had like people supporting constantly on it. So I was able to have consistent sales for a bit. But then that website went down, and so I was back to just trying to compete with other places on Google. And when you're a small business, that is hard. So, yeah, I am working to get my business where it needs to be. When there's more people on here, I will give some more announcements out. And also, this is for people in the replay as well. I'm gonna hold off a little bit, but I do have some important announcements. And also, there are some links in my description. There's a link to my Patreon. There's a link to the my Boosteroid link. If you didn't know, I am partnered with Boosteroid Cloud Gaming, um, which is this really cool cloud gaming platform where you can play games that are on Steam and Epic Games and stuff like that, but you don't have to download the actual game. So you can literally just play it. Like you can press on it. You do have to have an account, and you, depending on what game it is, if it's something that you have to buy, you will have to buy that game still. But when you press on it using Boosteroid, you don't have to download the game. Let me see. So far, I've played Alien Isolation with it. I played some Fall Guys with it. I played some other stuff. I don't remember. Right now, I'm playing Mortal Kombat 1 on my gaming channel, Mel the Gamer. And unfortunately, Boosteroid doesn't have the Epic Games version, which I bought. So I bought the Epic Games version of Mortal Kombat, and they don't have that currently on their site. So I have to play it. I had to download the game to my computer, unfortunately. But they do have Hogwarts Legacy, and I am playing that. And there are also some other games I want to play, like what's it called, the Callisto Protocol or something like that. My gaming channel does mostly horror games, sci-fi, and stuff like that. And I'm a really good slash smart player. So if you want to see someone with common sense playing games, I'm the right person to follow. And oh yeah, I actually like it so far, but I'm kind of biased because I wasn't someone who was able to grow up playing games like that, so I didn't get to be a part of the early Mortal Kombat lore and fan base. It was MK11 where I actually was able to hop on the train, but MK11 was kind of the end of that previous era. So I guess I'm one of the ones who is starting this new era with new different characters and stuff. So yeah, but I like it so far. I have to film. I've already done. I'm on story mode up to. I think I'm on part 8 right now. I'm like 30 over 1/3 of the way through. So it's on my gaming channel. Please follow it and have fun over there. I also play, like I said, Alien Isolation. If you haven't checked that out, that's one of the most terrifying games I've ever played in my life. And I'm a Halloween child. Like October is my month, obviously, and I just love everything horror. So, but that game it's pretty good. It's one of the best I've ever played. And for it to come out, it's supposed to have came out in 2014. And that game holds up really well. And also, Aliens versus Predator, that game came out in 2010, and I have recently just played that, at least 1/3 of it. So they separate the game into 3 parts. So it's you're playing the Marine, then you're playing the Alien, then you're playing the Predator. And I've played the Marine so far. I'm going to be playing the Alien and the Predator, and I'm going to release that once I'm finished with the Mortal Kombat story mode. I'll finish that up, but that game holds up really well too. I'm not going to lie. So it's really good. Definitely hop on my channel. I have 57 subscribers right now, and I would really love. Well, I would love 1,000, but I'm being really realistic right now. 100 would be really cool as well. So we'll work to get that monetized. But yeah, so I'm usually just working on getting those videos pushed out. And the reason why I do my stuff in parts is because my gaming channel can only do, I mean, not my gaming computer can only do so much. And the gigabytes go really fast. So I always end up having to clean house a little bit on my computer. So I can't really do something or play something for a long time because then I'll be a lot of gigabytes and my computer won't be able to handle all that, or I can't do much else with it. So I usually have to break a lot of stuff up into parts. That's why my format is usually that. Um, but the games on my channel so far have been Aliens Fire Team Elite. And my first ever video is my most watched so far. But definitely watch the rest of it because it's really fun. It's like my favorite game. Then after that, I was playing. What was I playing? Then I played the Pathogen extension of that game. Then I played a little bit of Doom, but then my computer was kind of acting up, so I had stopped playing it. But also, Doom is just kind of. Doom kind of showed me that I'm not very good at first person like shooting. I'm more of a third person shooter. My first person shooting has gotten better, but when I first started Doom, that was like the first time I was ever playing first person shooter, and I was terrible at it. So I'm sure one day I'm gonna get back on it, and it's on Booster Word actually, so I'll be playing it through that. But yeah, it was fun. I guess I just gotta be better at first person shooting. But also play this game called Inside. I think Inside is my least viewed game right now, but it's a really good puzzle game. Like it's set in this really horror filled universe, and we're this little boy, this faceless boy, and he's just kind of like and it never has any cuts either. It's just a straightforward from beginning to end gameplay, and he's having to overcome some obstacles and get himself out of a situation, and we have to use problem solving or critical thinking to try and get our way to the next thing. So someone on my Instagram saying happy birthday. But that game is really good too. I definitely recommend seeing my gameplay of that because oh, hi Aunt Michelle, I'm still eating the cake. Yep, it's actually really good. Thank you, and thanks again. Oh, also Aunt Michelle, I got my balloons right here. I was trying to show them off. Oh shoot. I was trying to show them off, but it's a little too big for the camera. But yeah, I have them in my room. There we go. All right, just keep them there, I guess, like so you can kind of see. But yeah. So thanks again, Aunt Michelle, and thanks for the card and everything. And tell Destiny thank you. If you want to see the other story mode cutscenes from. Oh yeah, I mean I do know that other people have because he's from the other stories, and I do want to see the whole full storyline so that I can be truly up to date with all the characters and like the stories and stuff like that. But I think having a new era kind of saved me because at least I'm not totally behind on the story. And I at least know some people. Like people like Tanya, never heard of her before, and apparently she's like a older cherished character. Some of the villains on there, I don't think I heard of them before. So I'm not sure if Liu Kang said he knew Ashra, so I'm assuming she was already there before. But yeah, like there's some new characters that I'm being introduced to personally. So it's cool to have them and be introduced to them and kind of use them for the first time and play as them and just kind of see their story and their fighting styles. So yeah, Mortal Kombat 1 is cool so far, and I can't wait. Although I kind of made a mistake. I will be playing I will be buying the Ultimate Edition. I thought that that's what I was buying when I first pre-ordered it back in the summer, but apparently not because they slick as heck with that. And they came out with the Ultimate Edition after they already talked about having Homelander and Omni-Man and Peacemaker and stuff. And I was like, God damn, I got the wrong version. Or they just didn't pull out that version until afterwards. I was like, it was already too much for me to pay $70. I don't have that kind of money. That's why I really want to get this. I really want to get my gaming channel monetized so I can start being able to pay for these games because these games are expensive. Bro. I'm coming like completely out of pocket for these, and it's drowning me. But they're really cool games, and I always hope that each video will push my channel further and further out. But we have a long ways to go with that. But in the meantime, thanks, Destiny. I appreciate it. And thanks for the card and the gift card that came in it. I appreciate it. Um, yeah. But I'm excited to finish Mortal Kombat. I'm excited to play Homelander and Omni Man. Oh my god, that's gonna be so cool. And I know they have to be voiced by the actual people because they use their likeness. So I'm so hyped for that. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. Um, yeah. What was that? What was I talking about originally? Oh yeah. So then I was playing again Inside. You should definitely check that out. It's on my channel. I put all my stuff in a playlist. You can, unlike other people, I do categorize my stuff so you can find it all. So check that out. And then I think after that I had played. What did I play after that? Was it Alien Isolation? I feel like I did something before that. You have to check my channel. You have to check my channel because yeah, I don't remember. But I play mostly horror games, horror sci-fi stuff. So on my Patreon will be stuff that is probably not horror related, but something that I probably would want to record anyway. So you'll have to check out my Patreon. I have two tiers so far. I have the MTS Bronze and the MTS Silver. So the Bronze will be just videos, and the Silver will be videos plus the games that I am going to just put exclusively on Patreon. So like I started Injustice 2 and I was gonna put that on my channel, but I was like, nah, it's not really horror or anything. So I'm gonna put that on the Patreon and other stuff like that. So you can find that there. Let me see. Tony is a character who's an Adenian, same as Katana, difference is new timeline. Ah, okay. Alright. Cool. Yeah, I mean I like her move list. It's cute. I haven't played it yet, but I have played against her in story mode. And yeah, she seems cool. Honestly, I was just surprised to see a black female character on it. But yeah, she seems cool. Um Also, oh my god, did did y'all hear Megan Fox's voice on that? My brother had told me about her being on there and that she was horrible. So I was like I had to look out for her on the when I hear it. And I was like hopefully I'll know who she is. And then I heard her, she's Natara. And I heard that one tone ass voice. I was like, "Oh my god, this is bad." And I was like, "Was that Megan Fox?" And I asked I texted my brother. I said, "If Megan Fox is Natara, then yeah, that's terrible." But I get it. A lot of people just aren't like. A lot of people don't really think that there's a difference between regular acting and voice acting. But voice acting, you got to give so much respect to. And yeah, I don't. She just wasn't the one for that. She was not the one for that character. I was like, it was so funny hearing her. I was like, they really, they didn't check her. They didn't edit her at all. They just let her run with that one tone, like performance. It was like, because of Quan Chi, my people are no longer in the shadows. It was like there was no tone inflection at all. I was like, Megan, you know better than that. I like her though. I'm not trying to throw shade or I'm more throwing shade at NetherRealm because I'm like, why did y'all let this happen? It's like y'all got something against her. She has had so many people against her. She cannot win. um, yeah, I get it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny, but sad. I was like, don't do her like that. But yeah, I've heard about the Ronda Rousey Sonya voice in MK11. I gotta remember. I gotta re-listen to that one because I did do the story mode with that. I didn't know that was her at the time, so I need to. I guess maybe it wasn't a big problem for me. Maybe I don't know if I even thought about it, but yeah, Megan Fox was that was bad. Yeah, I mean, like I don't know what they were thinking. Everyone else is good though, as usual. Um, Insane people are annoying as always. His name General Shao, always annoying. I know Lee May is a character. I actually that woman who voices her and plays her, I've seen her like physically and stuff, so it's nice to have her be there. Um, yeah, it was just like it was literally her reading it off the page, and I'm like, I've read books with more feeling than that, just to myself. Like, I've read a book in my own room just with nobody else around and still have more feeling than that. I don't know. I try not to be arrogant, but I'm like sometimes if I wasn't so shy, I'd be a great actress. I feel like even if I did have the spotlight, I'd do what I have to do, but I'd still crawl into a show afterwards because I am shy as a mug. I can't. But it'd still be better than that. But I'm not trying to go off on her like that. I just thought I was just like, this is supposed to be one of the biggest games ever. I'm like, y'all let that happen? Shame on y'all. But yeah, the game is still fun. I'm still going through story mode, and third of the way done. And we have more. I think next is Sub Zero, so I'm gonna either film that today or tomorrow. Nah, probably not today. It depends. It depends on how I'm feeling. But probably definitely tomorrow. And show me that. Right. Also, how much am I getting paid? Also is the question. I don't really know how much voice actors get paid. I don't really know the whole culture behind that, but I'm sure they're probably grossly underpaid. Like ones that aren't famous A-listers who are all of a sudden doing voice acting or something like that. Like people who have been in the game for a long time and done it and got most of their money from that. You're gonna record some online verse. I would definitely like to. Um, I gotta I gotta find out because I what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to play with my viewers, and I know that's going to have to take like doing Discord and stuff like that. So I just gotta figure out how it works and do some stuff with that. But I'm definitely gonna do online versus, um, and uh, especially because I'm pretty good. I'm a pretty good fighter. I'm not gonna lie. Um, so far, have not lost any battles on story mode so far, and I'm knocking on wood because I would really like to keep that riding to the end. Do y'all know? Do you know who that evil lady is? Because they were asking. I know I haven't finished it yet, but I swear that lady is Kronika coming back to life. That's literally her face. So you don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell me, but I'm just like that. Whoever this witch is that helped Shang Tsung and Quan Chi break their timeline that Liu Kang had for them, it's the same face as Chronica. And I'm like, well, who else could it be if not her? So I don't know. That's just me venting. She's pissing me off, whoever this lady is, because Chronica pissed me off last time. So if it's her again, I'm like, ugh. But yeah, that was just my little rant about that. But I'm gonna do some online verses, um, because I'm actually not a bad fighter. I wouldn't be scared of anybody. Also, oh, hold on. I feel the blame goes, yeah, absolutely. Because they should have heard that and been like, do it again. Like you should have heard that that was bad. Although, but a lot of people were throwing shade. They were like, well, no one really said she was a good actress. She's just a pretty actress. I was like, oh, now we don't have to do that. We ain't got to say all that. She's never impressed me, but I've never disliked her. I think the first time I ever saw her was Transformers, to be honest. And I was like, yeah, that is one pretty white lady right there. But yeah, I was like, also weird choice. There's so many women who do voice acting who have been in the game for a long time that they could have just had do that. And they used her likeness too in the game. I think that's how I knew it was her because Natara looks like Megan Fox. So, but yeah, it's shameful. I was like, now MK1, you're supposed to be the new era. And you coming out with that BS. I still like the game so far though. I also really like you said, Big Rob, in a comment that you made on my game. I think it was the Baraka video about how he gets to be more central to the story, and we got to play as him, and like he got to have a huge part, and they kind of changed the whole Tarkatan thing angle, and I thought that was really cool how they did that, and they've given more appreciation to certain characters. So that was pretty cool. Um, famous last words people put their soul into. I know, I know. And it's like everyone else was so good. It's like all the regular people that are usually in it, like they do a great job. And I was like, how do you just insert that one tone performance in front of all these G performances? Like everyone else is doing their thing as usual, and y'all like, ugh, that was weird. That was weird in other realm. Whoever they had checking her voice, they didn't do a good job. But whatever. The only my remembers. I didn't see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that movie. I grew up on the show a slight bit. But that was supposed to be her coming back because she had been blacklisted in Hollywood for a minute, right? I don't remember why, but she had been blacklisted, and then I guess she had made up with whoever it was that I guess kind of initially had blacklisted her or whatever, or whoever. I don't know how Hollywood works. It's just a bunch of bullying actors and doing stuff to them, and if they say no, then you kick them out of Hollywood and stuff. So honestly, whatever it was, she was probably justified in it, unless I don't remember what the issue was, but no one shows actors any respect. But yeah, I didn't see that movie, but I remember the Transformers movie, and I was pissed when she wasn't in the third Transformers film. But I still watched it anyway because it had Shia LaBeouf in it. But then when they took him out in the next one, I was like, okay, nope, you lost me completely. Sorry. Like the Transformers movies needed Sandwich Wiki, so once that was gone, I was like, ugh. I already thought it was so unrealistic for him to have a model girlfriend, but whatever. um, yeah, yeah, absolutely. I like that he had a lot of purpose in the game. Also, there was a part, if you see my video, you see me struggling with that whole test your might thing. I was like, when did that happen? I was like, was this in previous games? Sorry. Yeah, that was not fun. I was like, y'all better not do that again. Because it took me like 4 minutes to do that. Had my thumbs all hurting afterwards, trying to press on all four buttons at the same time so that he could break down that door. I was like, no, you didn't. But yeah, it was fun so far. Like I said, I'm only like 7 parts into it. So next to Sub Zero, I cannot wait for that move list. That's going to be fun. Yeah. And I don't remember Baraka's whole story from previous games, but I just remember that he was that ugly dude with the face like Melina's, and he always like on his move list, he would always like, what was it, his fatality or something? Like he ate like the brains and stuff. Like he was way more cutthroat in those previous games, but like now he's like a merchant who had a family and stuff, and like he's actually helping them and things like that. I will say Johnny Cage is pretty annoying, I'm not gonna lie. It's like every time he says a reference, I'm like, can you please shut the hell up? I'm just like, can you please take this seriously? Like I'm taking it more serious than he is, and he's in the dang game. I'm just like, I was like, typical white dude, but they're doing a great job showing typical actor, A-lister white dude who thinks he's all that. It makes perfect sense. So I don't really do too much with it. Sometimes I'm just like, shut the hell up, Johnny. Actually, I say that a lot. Like, I may have someone try and make a compilation of me rolling my eyes at Johnny or just saying, shut up, Johnny, or just go away, Johnny. How many times do I say that in there? But everyone else is cool. No one else gets on my nerves. Uh, oh, okay. It has been. I don't remember it being in MK11. It's probably in the previous ones. Yeah. I was like, what? It took me completely for a loop. I was like, what? I was like, why can't he just break down the door? Why can't we just go? Why I gotta sit here and do all this? I was like, I just want to fight. I wanted to see the story and I want to fight. That's all. um. Okay. All right. Yeah, because I just knew that he was a super famous MK character, but like he was always super savage and like always went for your organs and stuff like that. I like his play. I like his move list. He has this move. He has like these two moves. One is 3 Bs, and then another one is 6 Bs. I was like, see, this is how we do this. I don't need some like forward back XYA back XB type move. I don't need to do all that. Just give me six Bs in a row and we'll go with it. There's people whose move lists are just too overly complicated. Like I did not like reptiles. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably not gonna play him in the future, but I'm definitely doing Baraka. I'm so playing him against other people. Like I think in MK11, my favorite players were Jade, who I absolutely miss in this game, and like I said, I MK11 was my first like actual time playing Mortal Kombat, but I really miss Jade. I really wanted her to be in this. Um, Jackie Cage, I played her the most because her move list wasn't that hard to do, and I liked Liu Kang. Those were my three favorite players, I want to say, but I think Jade was probably my favorite, and I loved her taunting words, like when someone falls and it's like the second or third round and she wins, and she'll like put her stick down and she'll be like, "Take your time getting up." I was like, I love her. She's the best. I miss her. Johnny Cage can be annoying some. I find him hilarious. Yeah, I mean, and then also it was kind of weird, like the whole dynamic with the sword and Kenshi, because I'm like, he didn't want to give the sword up, and I'm like, yeah, if you did pay money for that thing like that, I understand not giving it up, but your ass is a white man with a Japanese sword. This is cultural appropriation, and you need to give it back. I was like, stop making a damn fuss over it. And I was like, you got this thing sitting there doing nothing, and this man needs it. But like Johnny said, it should have never been lost in the first place. So that is on him. But I'm like, God damn it, Johnny, just give him the damn sword, please. And stop making jokes to all kinds of other movies. Like when he said Reptile, when Reptile made himself disappear, and he was like, oh my God, you're like the Predator. I was like, shut up. I was like, how many times? I mean, I don't drink alcohol, but I would have been like, take a drink every time he makes a movie reference. And then also during his part of the storyline, when it first starts and he's in the forest or whatever, I literally clocked it the second it happened. I was like, watch this be a movie. I was like, he's not just gonna be randomly in the woods doing anything. His ass is gonna be like in a movie. And then he like two of those four fights in his, because every person has like 4 to 6 fights. And two of his four fights were literally playing movie characters like during the movie. I was like, we're not really doing this. But yeah, they did that. I was like, that's bold, but okay, I get it. My favorite character. I think a lot of people's favorite character is Scorpion. Yeah. To be honest, I kind of can't wait. I know a lot of people are kind of mixed on the live action Mortal Kombat, but I love that Japanese man who plays him. I've seen him before, like a couple times and some other stuff, and he's really cool. So I can't wait for the live action rendition again to come back. Although a lot of people didn't like the new made up character, and to be honest, as someone who didn't even grow up on the lore in the game, I didn't like the new character either because he kind of didn't bring anything to the game. You just wanted to see everybody else. So yeah, but if they make it, I'm still gonna go see it. It's fine. It didn't bother me, especially because I love how it was Mortal Kombat, but we never actually got to do Mortal Kombat. Like we didn't even do the tournament. At least the old movie from the 90s, as bad as that stuff was, I saw it like before the movie, before the most recent Mortal Kombat movie came out. I saw the ones from the 90s. Now that's I almost cursed. That stuff was bad. It was horrible. And then you got a white Raiden. I was like, Jesus Christ, Hollywood was on some other stuff back in the day. But it was bad, but at least they did Mortal Kombat in the movie. That's one thing they had over the new version. So I don't know, whatever. But I guess that was the movie where people get their powers and stuff like that, and so then they'll be in the second version. But you know what? Now that I think about it, it's gonna be weird because they just did Mortal Kombat based off of the original timeline, but now the game has started a new era. I don't know. Be weird to see how the direction they take this time. It was written well too. You also start the same. Oh, really? Yeah, I don't know him too well. I do remember there being a reptile character from what I saw, but I wasn't too familiar with him. And I keep forgetting his name is Size Off, but it's just reptile to me. But yeah. But yeah, that was okay. I'm not too big a fan of his move list though. I when I was fighting um in the video during his part of the storyline, I just kept missing a lot. And I was trying to do the moves, but I was just like, I don't like it too much. I think with Ashra was probably my best performance so far. I'm hoping Sub Zero can top that, but I think Ashra I used more of her move list than anybody else, to my knowledge. But yeah, I think I'm going to be playing Ashra and Baraka. Um, Definitely, there. Those are my two favorites for the from the 7 parts that I've done so far. And Raiden, I love Raiden. And this the dude who plays Raiden is really cute too. I'm not gonna lie. If that's the actual likeness of the dude who voices him, he's cute. But yeah, I also hope we see him again because we haven't seen him since his part. But yeah, I'm interested to see more of the storyline. I'm interested to see what happens to Melina because she's literally been a monster this whole time. But now this new game is like she's. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but is this the most she's ever been just a regular human being? Like, is this the most she's ever been just regular? Because I swear every time I saw her, she looked like Baraka. But yeah. That's what I'm saying. The 1995 movie was trash as hell, but at least it did Mortal Kombat, so I can't fault them for that. I just didn't like how corny, not corny. I just didn't like how 90s it was. Like that movie is so 90s. I can't even. But at least they did Mortal Kombat, and I also didn't like the white Raiden. Didn't they do a skin of him in MK11? They did a skin of that white dude who plays Raiden. I don't know the dude's actual name. Hold on, let me get some cake. Yeah, I don't like the new character because I was like, I never heard of this character before. Turns out he was made up, and he's a and the only link that he has is being Scorpion's descendant. And I'm like, yeah, I guess, but who cares? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we didn't need him. They could have just did the storyline just using the regular characters, honestly. Oh my god, if they actually did the voice actors and did them in real life, like the people whose likeness they took for the game, if they had those actual people doing the live action version, that would be so cool. They should think about doing that. Like I want to see the dude who plays Liu Kang be Liu Kang and all that other stuff. So cool. That would be tight. I'm surprised they didn't think about that before. Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, she is definitely affected with the Tarkana disease, but like, so far from where I am right now, nothing has happened. Like, she had that episode, and then that's what happened to Kenshi. You guys' eyes got taken out, but then she went right back. I thought at that moment she was just gonna stay like that forever, but she went back. And I was like, oh, well, is she going to go back to the Tarkana monster, whatever it is she is? But we'll see. We will see. I also love the outfits in there too. But yeah, I want to see the actual voice actors be the characters because that would be so tight. Like in a live action version, I feel like they would kill it because they already do with the voice acting. So, yep. All that to say that I'm playing Mortal Kombat right now and that you should follow. um, that was funny. They should have switched the new character with Johnny Cage. I feel. That's what I'm saying. If you're gonna have, I mean, that's also just smart marketing to just have the lead be a white dude. Let's just be honest. And it would have been a favorite of the game, like a fan favorite. So it would have made sense instead of like having his character be someone that they look forward to getting at the in the next movie. They should have just started with him, and he would have like met everyone and been like, "Oh, you're a more important character than you realize." And although to be honest, I probably wouldn't have had time for all those dumbass jokes in throughout the movie. So I'm kind of glad they didn't go with the a-hole A-list character just as the star of the movie because it would have completely taken away from the beginning with Scorpion and Sub-Zero and that whole thing. So if it had just started with that and then just been a complete joke, I think I would have totally hated it. But yeah, I definitely feel where you were saying could have been. Yeah, I didn't. Why did I not? Because, like I said, I'm not. I don't remember. I didn't grow up with the original timeline, so I didn't know that that happened to Kenshi. So when Liu Kang was like, "Ah, dang, I wish this didn't happen like this again," he was like, "Wait, again?" I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right," because I guess he just doesn't have like regular. He's a character that has that bandana around his eyes all the time, right? Because I was like, once that happened, I was like, oh yeah, there is a character who has um like a cloth wrapped around his eyes or whatever, but he can still fight. I was like, that must have been him. Because when he first came on the scene, I was like, I don't know who this man is. Um, but yeah, that was brutal. That was I mean, I'm glad though. Something needed to happen. I was like, something tragic needs to happen to somebody because if Melina all of a sudden goes back, I'm like, well, dang, what? Where's the horror in this? Where's the gore? There's no gore. I also love how like there's gore during the fights, but then the story mode is like really PG-13. Like, has anyone noticed that? And it's like we'll literally fight them like we're killing them during the actual fighting. And it's like we'll be gutting them, we'll be like chopping their heads off and stuff like that, breaking bones. But then at the end of the fight, it's just like, ha, I have been redeemed. Or like, I won the Mortal Kombat tournament. Yay. And it's just like, you just killed this person. I don't know if maybe that's just me. Because I was like, maybe we shouldn't be fighting so gory if the storyline isn't even going to be that rated R. I feel like it was more rated R in the last one. I don't know. But yeah, MK1 is cool so far. I think some people have mixed opinions on it, I guess. I can't have an opinion because I didn't get to like play it back in the day, so I can only just embrace this new era. But it's cool so far. Yeah. But yeah, that's playing on my channel so far. I try to post every 3 days. Um 3 or 4. I'm trying to do it a little bit more often, but like I said, my computer can't really take too many gigabytes at the same time, so I have to do what I can. Um, okay. Yeah, it kind of looks cooler with the blindfold, but okay. Loses his eyes to shame. Well, actually, no. Yeah, it didn't really happen this time like that. So technically, it was a different circumstance, but it still happened. Oh well. Well, at least he can see now. That whole Ermac battle with Ashura and stuff. Yeah. So he's all right now. Although I just hate to have to see the world in like blue and white for the rest of my life. Ugh. But yeah. Oh well. Yeah, at least he can fight now. He can walk. Cause I was like, how is he supposed to have any worth in this game if you just took this man's eyes out? I was like, we just played him. So I was like, he's got to have some kind of worth in this game. My issue with the game comes towards the end. Oh, okay. I guess I'll get there when I get there. All right. We'll get there. We'll just keep following on. We'll get there. Hopefully, we'll see if I have the same frustration with it. I hope it's not a bad ending. Hollywood doesn't seem to be able to make good endings these days. They just kind of rush the ending. And I should know because I love horror movies. And horror movies typically these days aren't, they don't have the best ending. But it's like they'll do a great build up, then it'll just be kind of cheap at the end, which is tragic. But yeah, my throat hurts. Hold on. Oh, yeah. I think I had some things I had to talk about. Oh yeah, that's right. So the future of my channel. Okay, so for those of you who are on the Mel the Scientist channel mostly, and this, if you're watching in the replay, this is also important. So mostly, so my most popular videos are casual geographic reactions, and that's fine. Um, but back in the day when I first started my channel, like a year ago, I kind of had this pressure to post a lot. I know I had kind of been increasingly busy. Um, but this summer I just like I kind of been worked a lot, and my boss keeps upping my responsibilities every year, and it just leaves me even less time to do stuff. Or just when I come home, it's just late, and you know. But oh, hold on, before I move on. I actually haven't watched any of the Michael Myers movies. Um, there are certain horror movies that I freaking love, but I haven't seen because my mom didn't grow. I guess she didn't raise me on those. I don't want to say she raised me to like horror because I raised myself to like horror, but there are certain horror figures that she just does not have time for, that she doesn't want me to like. She just didn't want me to kind of like grow up around. So I didn't like watch Michael Myers movies growing up. I didn't watch Jason Voorhees movies. I knew about the Freddy Krueger movies. Um, and then just find out that my favorite actor of all time is in the first movie. I can't believe I didn't know that. Um, but yeah, I do want to see the Halloween films just to see if they're good and see if they still hold up, because I watch a lot of stuff, and when you watch a lot of stuff, it can get formulaic and you can kind of predict what's happening. And then in horror movies, there's always going to be a stupid person because the horror movie has the horror. And I'm like, I just feel like nothing is scary anymore because when people are just doing stupid stuff and it's stupid stuff that you've seen before, it's not scary anymore. Or it wasn't scary at all because you just expect it to happen. And I'm just like, I think the only way a movie these days can actually be scary is if you've actually made all of the right moves, but things still happen. Like, if you're making a dumb decision that you know no one in their right mind would actually do, you're not even going to feel for the person. Like, give me characters that I can feel for, that I can sympathize for, that I can be like, I'm rooting for you actively. But it's like if you see them doing some dumb stuff from the beginning, you're just like, okay, well now I don't care what happens to you. Especially if I never cared from the beginning. You can make me care for you, but if I didn't from the beginning and you did nothing to help that, movie sucks. So there are not too many movies that that do pretty well with horror. And it's sad too because like it is one of my favorite horror movie, like the It 2017 version. Like it's good, and it's like even they all say the first half of that book is fire anyway. But um it's just weird how you can take I saw the mini series to this, by the way. So not scary. Even in the 90s, that couldn't have been scary. I appreciate what's his name's performance as Pennywise, but none that was not scary at all. Like even in the 90s, I wouldn't have been scared of that. But this one, like, what's his name? Bill Skarsgård. He did great as Pennywise. And oh, um, and it was just funny how they were able to do that so well. I was like, horror can be done really well. And we already knew what was gonna happen, and it was still good. And I'm just like, you can do horror really well. You just gotta take your time, think about it, make something good. Like, just don't push things out to make money because it's not. So people are just so obsessed with like getting a buck off of something instead of creating a legacy. And it's like that's why movies today really just aren't anything compared to to back in the day. Even though the movies weren't as scary back in the day. Like I saw the original Exorcist, and I see how people appreciate that. Like it was the Exorcist was not scary to me. It was not scary to me at all. Like I don't think I would have been scared even back in the day. But I still appreciate why people like it a lot because for the 70s it was kind of revolutionary. Um I just hate the decision he made at the end. That's what pissed me off. I was like, okay, well, but I still get why that was a good movie. It was really good for its time. It never scared me, but it was good for its time. But like, it's, things aren't very good nowadays. Part three, Dream Warriors. Yeah, there's a lot of Freddy movies I got to take a look at. I just wanted to make sure that I see the original. I accidentally saw the remake version of Nightmare on Elm Street, thinking that it was the original at first, but then I pressed on it and it was like a more recent version. I was like, might as well, might as well watch it. So even though I did watch a remake of that, I still need to watch. I started watching the original. I just never finished it, but it has Johnny Depp in it, so I have to finish it because he's my favorite actor of all time. So yeah, I'm gonna finish it one day. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by. We're just talking about, you know, horror games and horror movies because it's October and I'm an October baby. And yeah, chill out with us. I'm just eating my cake and doing some stuff, just chilling with y'all. Let me see. I'm just gonna remake it. What? Oh man, it's actually well. If you like the '90s one, and I'm telling you, it didn't scare me at all, you're probably gonna be terrified of this one. This one was actually really good. At least in my opinion, it's critically acclaimed, and I think for good reason too. Bill Skarsgård does a great job as Pennywise. And especially the original, like the opening scene with like Georgie and stuff. 10 times more threatening scene than the original '90s one, because like what's his name, Tim Curry, right? That's his name, right? Tim Curry. I hate I hate not remembering if that's his actual name because I like him a lot. um, like his performance is like giddy and like hiya Georgie, ha 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 ha. Like it wasn't really scary, but like I feel like if you used the horror tactics of today, but mix it with the good storytelling of the back in the day stories, you would have a great film, like ultimate. So if you take the way that they can do horror now with modern technology versus the better storytelling of um late former decades, then it would like I feel like this movie does a good job of that because the concept is old, right? And okay, yeah, that's his name. Because I was like, I definitely know his name. I just didn't want to say it wrong. Um, I think he was the best part of that series. Kind of like the only good part about it. But I only saw it for his performance anyway. Um, but it was not scary at all. But that's like I said, I'm a horror child, so I've seen a lot of horror. It's my favorite genre. So don't just go based off of me. I definitely encourage you to go see it yourself. um, but it wasn't scary to me. And I was never able to read the book in school. That wasn't I was raised in Catholic school, so you already know we were not reading that. I don't know if anyone else has been in Catholic school and read it, but I don't think we would have been reading any type of horror books or Stephen King anything in Catholic school. In like growing up in the 2000s, no, definitely wouldn't. But I would like to read it one day when I have like nothing to do. Um, but yeah. but definitely see this version. It's on Max right now, actually. It's really good. I definitely recommend seeing this version. It's good. I haven't, I don't think I've seen any of the Scream movies. I don't think. I probably may have seen the original one when I was little. I don't know, because my mom knows about the Scream movies, so I may have seen one when I was little. I don't know. But I haven't seen those either. I don't like watching horror movies that have like an air of ridiculousness to them. Is that movie's slightly a parody, right? That movie's like not fully serious, right? I don't know, cause yeah, I haven't seen those, but I'd be interested in it one day. I know I definitely want to check out the Final Destinations, and I've seen all the Saw movies, so I feel like I'm gonna have to see Saw X when it comes to streaming service. I'm not paying a ticket to see that because I don't even remember the ones in the middle. I only remember one. I remember I remember some traps from the movies, like within the movies, but full movie storylines, I don't remember shit from that. I only remember the storyline of one of the first movie. And I think maybe the Jigsaw one as well. Um, but yeah, apparently Saw X is like does a deeper dive into John Kramer, and I'm just like, I don't care what he's going through. He's still evil and like just I don't. You're not gonna make me have sympathy for no John Kramer. Is all I gotta say. What he does to people is terrible, and he's playing God with these people. And I'm like, no, terrible. Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, Scream isn't one of those like completely serious movies, but that's why people like it, I guess. As long as it's good, as long as the horror part is good, then I guess I don't care about everything else. So I'll have to check it out later. Yeah, I think I recently saw what's that movie? Ash Evil Rise, Dead Evil Rise. I don't know. I forget. I saw the latest version of that. That wasn't bad, but I'm probably not going to see the older ones because they said that was they said a retelling or like a furthering the universe of whatever that franchise is, and I was like, I'm probably not going to see the other ones, but the Ash Evil Dead Rise, whatever that movie is, that was pretty good. I like movies that take place in a small space and there's nowhere really for them to go, and they kind of just have to face that literal slash metaphorical demon that's in their space. It just makes for better TV. I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna watch a horror movie when I get up out of this. So um, just to end out my 6 day weekend. But yeah, whew, was an hour and 3 minutes. Well, my throat's starting to hurt. But yeah, and if you are watching the replay, like I said, my Cash App is scrolling down. If you would like to give me some birthday money, I accept late birthday money. I absolutely do. And also, if you'd like to support my small business, it's mellowsjewelrybox.com. I make handmade jewelry for nerds. Actually, just let me just go ahead and plug that. I have the website right here. Um, so we have Mellow's Jewelry Box, and I make handmade. So I hand make bracelets, um, rings, necklaces. What else do I make? Pretty much everything. I had some examples actually to show. There we go. So, in case you all didn't know, my name is not Mel the Scientist for no reason. I am an actual scientist. Um, I have a degree in biology, pre-medicine, and a minor in chemistry, and I have been working as a lab technician. Um, but I wish the pay was kind of better, low key, um, because I'm not supporting just me. But yeah, more on that later. But I hand make bracelets, necklaces, rings, and What was I trying to say? Oh yeah, they are mostly themed around STEM and history because I grew up being passionate about STEM my whole life, and that's my mother in the background. Um, uh, I was passionate about science my whole life, and I grew up wanting to be a scientist or a doctor ever since I could remember. And yeah, so a lot of my themes are mostly STEM and history related because even though I love STEM, people think it's weird to have your passion not be your favorite subject in school. But history was my favorite subject in school, so I can be a little bit of a history buff as well. I love learning about history, so there's also some kind of like like I love having charms and things that relate to history and science and stuff because a lot of people. I grew up with the word nerd being a negative connotation, and then Hollywood would also portray nerds in negative light. And I think a lot of people need to know that scientists, nerds come in all forms, shapes, and sizes, and colors, and occupations. So I wanted to have a space where people could express their themselves, their careers, what they like, and still have really good quality jewelry. So I make my stuff with gemstones and check crystals and hypo. Also, I do have sensitive skin, so all of my products are hypoallergenic, and I put a jewelry shield on every non gemstone item or charm so that it can last longer and also not cause metallic irritation. And these two are some examples. So this is the molecule for caffeine. So what I like to do is I like to make my stuff super relatable. So this is the compound, molecular structure of caffeine. But so many people drink caffeine. I love my soda, unfortunately. Like there are people who drink coffee, tea, so caffeine makes an essential part of majority of people's diets. So this is just a fun bracelet that you can have that you can show off to your friends and be like, you know what this is, or like they'll be like, what is that? And I'll be like, it's the molecular structure of caffeine, and you'll just impress everyone. This is probably my favorite. It is the molecular structure of TNT, like the explosive. So when I found this, I was like, I have to have it. So I have a molecule collection, and also like they show off Czech crystals. So like Czech crystals and Swarovski crystals are really highly regarded in the jewelry making community. So I always love my stuff to have a little bit of a sparkle. So yeah, these are some bracelets. My newest addition is my yin yang necklace that I have, and it's this beautiful yin yang charm and some check crystals. And like I said, my stuff has gemstones in it. So the black is obsidian, the silver is hematite, the white is moonstone, and the necklace chain, which I literally cut from necklace, like a spool of necklace. Like I literally go full out with the jewelry. It's rhodium colored, and rhodium is hypoallergenic. So it wouldn't cause you irritation, at least for a long time. So it depends on how you take care of your items. So you shouldn't be dipping anything in water and drowning it and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, this is like my newest edition, and I'll be having more stuff available. But just to plug that, so yeah, it's melosjewelrybox.com, and I would love, 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 love your support. And also, oh, phew, I don't know if y'all are on YouTube like that, but that pink sauce fiasco is something else. If you guys keep up with that, like, let me know if you've heard about the whole pink sauce thing, because I constantly watch videos to get updates on that whole saga. Because boy, oh boy, is that something else. Like, God, I just hate how she makes all of us look bad. Like, I literally cringe every time there's something new about that because, like, it's like as a black business owner, like you want people to take a chance on you. You want people to you want a chance to be able to prove to people that you can produce good quality stuff. And before I even got my LLC, unlike her, I actually had repeat customers and all 5-star review. All of my reviews were 5-star. Like I knew what I was doing, and I didn't even have an LLC yet. I just started selling. I mean, and I researched what I needed to do and what I needed to have for my business because that's what you should do, right? So, like I just kind of, even though I like hearing about, I don't like hearing, I'm kind of messy. But, the story is super entertaining, but at the same time, as a business owner, I get really pissed because, like there's all you need is one person to just make all of us take a gigantic step back and make people not want to support any other small businesses because that was a disaster. But it's like there are businesses out there that do really well and engage with customers and actually believe every customer is special because that's what I think. So I could get into a rant about that all day. But if you would love to support this business, like I said, melostorybox.com. It is scrolling down right now, and its link is also in my description if you would like to check it out. I think the best birthday present ever would be to support my business. Honestly, there wouldn't be anything better that you could do um, for me. And it always makes my day to be able to make something for someone. And actually, if you join, sign up, you'll get 50% off your first order, and you'll also be receiving a lot of other special discounts and stuff like that. And yeah, that's my jewelry business. And I try to make my stuff as unisex as possible. I know I can have a kind of girly-ish theme with my stuff sometimes, but I try to make everything as unisex as possible. I want to make sure that no matter your orientation, you want to wear it. I don't want someone to think like, "Oh, this is too girly," or like it's too dark. I don't want to wear this or whatever. Like I try to make it inclusive for everyone. There's gonna be some girly stuff every now and then, just because it may have like a little pop of color that I guess some males will probably be like, ugh, it's too colorful for me. I remember when my dad said, he was like, no, it's too girly. I was like, okay, never mind, I'll fix it. Um, but yeah, that's my business if you would like to support. So I would really, really, really love to have the support of my viewers and just anyone else out there who's seeing this. And yeah, so it'll be really great. And like I said, everything is hypoallergenic. Um, and especially I have sensitive skin, so I have to test out my own stuff before anyone else can wear it. That's what a scientist should do. So technically, I'm always working. But yeah, actually, I'm sitting. My desk that I have has all of my stuff, like my check crystals and everything. Like one thing you cannot do when I'm in Michael's, just leave me alone because I'm just thinking of the next thing. But I gotta sometimes learn how to reel my mind back because I can think of 10,000 things to do based off of one bead that I see. And sometimes I just need to calm myself down. But yeah, that was my spill about my jewelry business. So it's Melo's Jewelry Box. I am the owner and founder and designer. I hand make everything. So it's always made with love. And yeah, let me see. Oh yeah, I skipped a whole comment. Hold on. I like Scream because it brought life to horror in the late 90s. Yeah, 80s and 90s movies are something else. Like I've seen these critics review some of these movies, or like they'll do retro reviews of stuff, and I'm like, I feel so bad for the people who had to grow up with these movies because I was able to grow up in a time period where movies got increasingly better looking. They got better looking. The quality not necessarily wasn't better, but it was better looking, and like effects were out the roof. So people back in the day would have loved to have seen, like when people talk about Godzilla and stuff like that and King Kong, like Godzilla versus Kong. I like that movie. It's really fun. It's like a great monster film. I love monster films. I love the monster verse. Um, But people back in the day had those like those toys or those people in suits acting as Godzilla and King Kong and just those weird 60s, 70s looking fights, and it's just like, oh god. And they had to like what we see now, what we get to experience now is what people had to imagine in their heads the fight between those two monsters would look like. Like I love the fight between Godzilla and King Ghidorah in Godzilla King of the Monsters. I love that movie so much. But like back in the day, I wouldn't have been able to have that. Like the everything would have been trash. So I'm happy I got to be from this era of film. Yeah. I make fun of my mom all the time, but my mom grew up on westerns. Like my mom's generation grew up on John Wayne and Audie Murphy, and like their parents before them grew up on Cary Grant, Audrey Hepburn, Myrna Loy, William Powell, like all those golden age greats, Lucille Ball and stuff like that. So like the quality was way better back in the day, but the things that we can do now are way cooler. But now that things are cooler, people have slipped. Hollywood has completely slipped on the quality of the story. Like they switched everything in terms of just they just want to make things look cool, but they don't want to have any substance behind it. It's like things back in the day had substance, and that's why compared to today, those movies are still rewatchable. There are a lot of black and white films that I love to watch. Like they keep my interest. They are hilarious. They're kind of like perfect. And I'm like, this movie is from the 30s. And I love this movie. Like, it's so good. And it's like, there are so many movies today that can't even keep my attention for like 10 minutes. So, but back in the day, it was just straight acting, straight talent, you know? Like nowadays, it's just anything for a buck. So, I'm not saying it wasn't for a buck back then, but they were still smarter about it. Like, I don't know. They went all out with what they needed to do because they had less to work with, so they worked harder. So, but that's just the culture. Kids these days are getting worse, so nothing else we can do about it. But yeah. Whew. It's 6:19. I'm probably about to hop off in a second. Finish some of this cake. But like I said, if you're here, if you haven't said anything, definitely let me know that you're here in the comments and talk with me. Oh, we got a comment. A lot of movies didn't age well. Today's movies fail to hit the mark. Yeah. And it's like, and they know people call them out on that all the time. They don't care. I was just listening to these two critics that I always watch all the time talk about the new Exorcist movie. I haven't seen it yet. I don't think I will for a while. And they talked about how it's just like they've pretty much done with what a lot of other movies do. They kind of just bring something back for no reason at all, really, but just to bring it back. But it's never anything good or useful. Like they had brought the original mom from The Exorcist into this new movie, but they said that they didn't use her right at all. I'm just like, stop bringing people just for the sake of saying, see, we brought this person in, see? And it's just like, just do something. Just, I don't know, do something better with it. I want to go see The Nun too recently, actually. The Nun is that could be such an iconic character. Like, I love The Nun as a horror figure. I just can't wait for them to make a really great movie with her. Now, two was better than one. I have to say that. Two was better than one, in my opinion. But it still wasn't awesome because one was just super boring. Like, the two was better. It used the nun a lot more. I just feel like you just need to, I don't know. Horror movies need to do better because I'm not getting a thrill out of them anymore. And it's my favorite genre. So it's kind of disappointing to see sometimes. But that's Hollywood. And a lot of people like to get famous really fast, but don't want to put the work. The pink sauce lady, prime example. What I was just talking about. Like another reason people like her piss me off is because like I work my butt off like all the time to make sure that my business has a platform to be able to reach people and like go viral on TikTok and stuff like that. And she's literally taken the wrong path on every opportunity that every small business person could wish for. She went viral on TikTok, but wasn't ready to have a proper business, didn't know how to respond to criticism, didn't do any research because how in the world can you not know what the FDA stands for and you have a product? And then also she was like, it doesn't contribute to your health. I was like, anything that you put in your body contributes to your health. People think of contributing to health as just in a good way. Like, no, anything that goes into your system contributes to your health positively or negatively. Mostly negatively in her case. But I was just like, it just irks me how people don't want to put the work. And then also like watching Kitchen Nightmares, Hotel Hell, like all Bar Rescue. I learned a lot from those shows when it came to my business because they these are people who are just been given the world and they don't want to put any work in. And I'm like, it's a requirement. You have to put the work in. It's like your ancestors put the work in before you. So I don't understand how you can't keep that up. I was like, you're that entitled, you're that spoiled. And I'm like, that's why your business is failing. And I don't even be rooting for these people. I just want to see what happens. I don't care. Because I hate when people have been given something and they don't work hard to keep it up. And like there's people like me who are just pushing and working so hard to get exposed. And we know that we have quality stuff, but it doesn't get noticed. So it irks me all the time, like when I'm on my website and it's like I know I produce good quality stuff and I know I have prior selling experience that's proven that. And like I don't get views on my website or traffic to my website or sales. And I'm like, golly, I'm just like, I just wish people could know that I exist and that there's a good product out there. And they'd rather spend $20 on a pink sauce that looks like Pepto Bismol and it's going to kill them. So, but that's on them. It's just people like her piss me off is all. Especially when you actually got picked up by a company and you still mistreat them. Like people are usually weary of getting picked up by a company or having a contract with a company because usually a company will screw you over. They gave her so much money. I don't know if y'all have read up on the pink sauce, but like if you haven't, watch all the YouTube videos about it. It is one of the most entertaining stories of this decade so far. Just like regular people entertainment wise. Because this is a saga if I've ever seen one. And she inspires me to make sure that I do no wrong. Like, I mean, first of all, I respect my customers and I make sure that I treat my customers like I treat myself. Obviously, she doesn't do that. But yes, but she gets to go viral on TikTok. She gets to have a big platform. She gets to have all that support and the royalties coming in and stuff like that. And now I'm sitting here still trying to work and push my stuff out. Like, I know it's going to get there one day, but I'm like, it's, but my cousin did say, you don't want fast money. You never want fast money. And that's what she got. And she also didn't know what to do with it. So, yeah. Yeah, it kind of low key gets me down sometimes whenever I talk, like I hear about it. Like I said, it's entertaining, but it still, pisses me off just as a business person and business owner who's trying to get my stuff out there. Because it's like every bad step that she takes puts us further in a hole as a community, and it makes people not want to trust you. And it's and people will continue to get factory stuff when handmade stuff is more personable. Yeah, it's slightly more expensive, but that's because people put the work in. These take a long time to make. These are handmade with love and affection and and quality stones and stuff like that. Like I pay a lot of money for these bead strands and these gemstones. And one time this lady came up to my desk at a pop-up and she looked at my stuff. This is before I got my LLC and I rebranded. And she looked at my stuff and she said, Oh, so nothing under $20? And I was like, see, this is the problem now. People are thinking about like things being, people want things to be cheap. And you know dang well it's not going to last you at all. And it's like handmade culture is just completely underrated and underappreciated because people would rather just, instead of like supporting my business and buying a nice quality bracelet that's literally handmade, and like I cut the wire and I put all that work in and I hurt my hand, like I'm constantly, using my muscles to just, use all these tools to craft something, and someone just wants to get a paparazzi thing for like $5. And it's like, I get my fair share of cute jewelry too, don't get me wrong, but like don't come to my table and look at my stuff and insult me by saying, oh, so nothing under $20. I'm just like, it's handmade. What do you expect? So I didn't let it get to me, but it just showed me what was wrong with the culture. Like when I go down south, I went to school in New Orleans, and that's when I kind of started my business, like the concept of my business and getting everything together. And I had sold the first time I ever sold in person was in Louisiana, and I think in the South, they appreciate small businesses way more. Like they support each other way more. I'm from the DMV. I'm from DC actually, born and raised. But the DMV area, like as a culture, very cheap. Not gonna lie. Where I was just kind of looking for something that's just less expensive and, don't want to spend too much money. And I get it, but you need to respect when someone's put the work in for something. And it took me having a business to understand like the worth of things. And if people just kind of just made anything in their life and saw how much goes into it, they will understand. So when I see other small businesses and I see something as a certain price, I'm like, you know what? I get that because I know what you had to do to create that product. So I've become way more appreciative of selling and buying culture and the handmade culture. Um, Taking criticism as a part of life. Criticism can help you grow. Sometimes you have to ask right, right. And it's just like, I don't understand how you could just tell someone on television they're not special. I'm just like, the whole point of having a small business is having a culture of fans who support you and that you should treat as special. Obviously, I mean, even big companies are supposed to. Well, they don't really care. They just make a lot of money anyway. So really, the person itself doesn't really care. That like if something happens to you, it's a lawsuit, whatever, they can just give you the money and move on. But like it's completely different for a small business. Like every sale matters. Every sale matters. So if something is wrong, you just try your best to fix it. You don't have to embarrass yourself on a worldwide scale and make the rest of us look bad. Because apparently there was another black business lady who had a sauce company, and she reached out to her to help her when she was going through all that drama, and she didn't want her help. And I was like, you know full well that your shit is not good, and you have this lady who is like a third generation sauce owner, and she was willing to help you understand how to run a sauce business. Like she was in your niche trying to help you, and you didn't want the help. So you get what you get. You don't get upset. No one on YouTube at least feels sorry for her and the things she's going through because she lied to the people that she formed the contract with. They'll probably never want to work with an influencer ever again. Although honestly, it was their fault for partnering with her in the first place. They obviously didn't do enough research on her as a person or her product, and knowing that majority of people didn't like it anyway. But whatever, that's on them. But I'm sure they've learned their lesson, but they probably never want to work with an influencer again. And so I'm sitting here and I'm gonna have to start I'm preparing to write, emails out to possible ambassadors and stuff. And I just don't want them to think that I'm just some small business that doesn't have a quality product or is someone that's going to, that they don't feel like they can support because of other people. And, you know, the only thing I can keep doing is just keep pushing, getting myself out there and doing it. So if you have a small business, like I understand what the struggle is. um, but yeah, I guess it's the 1:30 mark. So I guess I'm gonna. Oh no, nothing. It's fine. I just try to prevent carpal tunnel because I type a lot. Um, like I said, I'm every time I come home from work, I'm always at my desk working on my business or YouTube. So like I'm never resting. So I just didn't want to. I wear this to not to prevent from carpal tunnel. Because I really don't want that to happen. I don't want my wrist to atrophy. Um, so that's because sometimes I'll feel it. I don't drink milk like I should, to be honest. uh, I need to have a better diet, to be honest. But I'll when I'm at work, sometimes I'll feel that weakness in my wrist, and I'll come home and I'll put this on. Um, but no, nothing's wrong with my hand. Um, yeah, yeah, I'm just constantly always working, and like whenever I squeeze my tools or I'm working, I'll literally feel a tightness in the bottom of the palm of my hand, and I'm just like, Lord have mercy, don't let my hand start giving out already. um but I'm just saying, like, people don't know what it's like to put blood, sweat, and tears into something and it not be recognized. And I know there's a time and place for everything to get where it needs to be. But, sometimes it's just really insulting to just see someone who has everything that you were striving for and completely just throw it out. Just throw it out. And I'm like, if I was given that, my business would be an empire by now. Because, like I said, before I even got my LLC, before I even, rebranded, before I was even that talented at making jewelry, I sold a lot in person. Like, people liked my stuff. Like, even though when I started out, I was not that talented at it. But, it takes work. It takes work. But mostly you just have to want it. You have to want it and you need to know what you need to do. You need to research um what to do with your particular niche. And taking the business course definitely help put some things in perspective. Now, a lot of that I already knew. A lot of this is common. A lot of having a business is really common sense. I mean, when it comes down to it. But I mean, there's some things in the middle that you can definitely learn from someone, um, who's been able to make millions in your craft and give you some guidelines for it. So, um, yeah, the only thing I can keep doing is keep pushing myself out there, keep, asking for support and keep posting on TikTok and trying to get out there and it'll happen one day. It's just, just seeing stuff like that is kind of pisses. Like I said, I'm not about to go in the circle of that. But yeah, if you would like to support my business, it is mellostorybox.com. And I'm kind of getting a little tired and I don't want to get pissed off on my birthday. So I'm going to get ready to get up out of here. But thank you so much to everyone that came and joined my live today. I really appreciate it. Oops. And yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for keeping the conversation going. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you on my gaming channel because I know uh that's where I first saw your comments originally. People, I look at all the comments, by the way. I don't have enough of a fan base to just skip people's comments and act like they're not there and stuff. I see everything. So definitely, like, if you enjoyed an aspect of a video or anything, like, let me know. Like, please, and also help push it out. um. So yeah, but thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day. And like I said, my Cash App, Mellis JB, down there if you would like to support. And my small business is there. Also, my Patreon is down in the description. I have some videos out already, and I'll be having more on there. So definitely take a look. It's a 7-day free trial, so you can go ahead and take a look and see if it's something you want to, hop on. And what else? What else? Oh, my Boosteroid partnership. Booster Wars is a really cool way and effective way to play games, and you don't have to download to your computer. It's just they'll tell you everything you need to know. But I have a partnership with them, so my link is in the description. If you can click on that, that would be absolutely amazing. And yeah, thank you so much. And I'm going to enjoy the rest of my birthday. Peace out.